So you can see top to bottom. Yeah. Okay, Harley Benton definitely more offset versus just slightly offset Gibson. This is the 2012 60s reissue, 60s, sorry, Junior 60s. So those knobs aren't in the normal place for an SG Junior anyway, for Gibson. And these, they're a bit further out of the way. A bit like the new Gibson SG Junior or the regular SG Junior. So, they're next to each other. Thickness-wise, I did mention I thought the Harley Benton was quite thick. If we compare thickness, you can see right here, I'm laying them next to each other. So the Harley Benton is a bit thicker. Okay, I would say that's probably about half a centimetre. Yeah, so 50 mil thicker, something like that. Cool. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to plug them in to the mighty Black Star Fly. So I'm not plugging it into my effing Kemper because I don't have one, or whatever the things are called, Axe Effects, because I hate all that stuff. Yeah, but I am going to use that little amp. And then at some point I will plug them both into my big valve amp side by side and compare those. Then we'll upgrade that one to the same spec as that one. So same pickup as that one, bare knuckle Pig 90. Same bridge, I've got another Schaller 456, a black one. So I'm going to put that one there. And they will have the same upgrades. I'm probably going to upgrade the wiring harness in here. Don't know about the tuners. Look, oh yeah, one thing about the tuners. So look at these. These are the regular snot style clues on tuners. Look how much smaller, when I compare my finger, the button is. Yeah? Look, my finger disappears behind that one. There. The thing disappears behind my finger. Yeah? Put my finger in front of it. You see what I mean? Yeah? So, they're really small. But I mean, you know, they seem to work. That's all that matters, really. Cool. Next. All right. Go back again. This time with a little bit of a play on the Harley Benton. I don't know why I said it like that. Harley Benton. This is called the DC-60. Didn't say its name earlier. The DC-60. DC stands for dual cutaway, double cutaway, because it's got two cutaways. 60, don't know why. Why not? Maybe it's influenced by the Junior, which came out in the 60s. So probably that. Yeah, and it's left-handed because I am left-handed. Good. Okay, we're going to have a little playthrough. I'm running through my Black Star. I have done nothing to this guitar. So the bridge is still wonky. I haven't touched the action. I've just tuned it to E flat because my other guitar that I'm going to run it against is already tuned to E flat. So, and this was weirdly almost tuned to E flat out of the box anyway. Okay, so this is kind of a sound with a bit of gain. Well, we do clean sound first, I suppose. Should we? Right, first thing I can tell you is this guitar is quiet at the moment because the volume is nearly cranked on here and it's not loud. Plays alright though, sounds quite nice. It's got that classic kind of bit harsh sound, if you ask me, a bit crispy. You know what I mean? It's alright though. Alright. Yeah, it's alright. Just sounds a bit ball-less. No balls. But I suspect that's going to have a lot to do with the distance that the pickup is from the strings. Gigantic distance. You can see that there. Massive gap. I shall compare it, but I mean, I can put my pinky in there and it kind of almost won't touch. If I press it hard, the nail won't touch the string, so I can fit it in the gap. So it's quite a big gap. I will compare it with my Gibson, which I've got just behind me, so I'll grab that in a minute. Oh yeah, one other thing, I haven't even sorted out this volume control. So there may be, because I can feel this is loose, this pot. Yeah, so that means every time you turn it, if you turn it more, it's twisting the pot and it's going to pull on the wires that are soldered on there. So there might be a connection problem in there. I don't know. I'll have a look inside later. Try the tone control. So this is tone all the way up. I'll turn the volume all the way up on this amp. Yeah, I mean, it sounds okay. Yeah. That's a Nitin Sawani lick, by the way, that I learned the other night. I quite like it. Check him out on YouTube. Okay, so that's the clean sound with the volume, with the tone all the way up. Trying to turn the tone all the way down. Yeah, not an unpleasant sound. So to me, that sounds nice, actually, for a cheap pickup. Usually, cheap pickups have what I describe as a cardboardy sound, where it's just indistinct or woolly. Like, it's like there's cardboard over the speaker, wet cardboard. That's how I describe it. So a cardboardy sound, or a chocolate sound. I don't know how to describe it, but just it's like sloppy with no brightness. This is quite bright. It's funny, you lose a lot of volume. Right, so number one, you lose a lot of volume when that tone's all the way down. Not all of it, but you lose some. And I can hear, just by opening that pot, that it starts to work at about 1 and nothing different happens. So that means, hang on. Still turning it down, same tone. Now it's changed, and that's the end of the travel. So, there, can you hear that? I'm turning that hardly at all. Okay, so that's the range of the pot. It's in that distance. And then once I'm there, all the way up, it sounds exactly the same. So that pot is only working, well, it's doing its thing, but it's doing it on about that much travel out of the whole spin. So cheap pots. They don't sound bad, but there's no nice taper, so you can't get all the in-between tone sounds. It's either treble all the way on or treble pretty much all the way off. Okay, so that's disappointing, but it's to be expected on a guitar with a cheap pickup and obviously going to be cheap electronics. I think I saw in another YouTube video a guy open the back of this, or a Pelham Blue one anyway, and that tone pot was a mini pot, not a regular size pot. It was small, so they probably don't have as much travel. I mean, you can, yeah, like if I do that, right. So that, out of all the distance you turn it, only that, then it's full on. Because it's the same all the way up and then all the way down, you get that. So, usable, but not as versatile as you get with a decent pot. So that's definitely a reason I'm going to replace the wiring harness in there. And I'm going to get one from James's Home of Tone, who's an excellent dude. And he does wiring harnesses, and for this it's 45 quid, so it's a no-brainer, and it's 50 style wiring, which is quite cool. All right, let's try the volume pot. So that does have more effective range. Yeah, this has got quite a nice, yeah, that's fine, as you should expect. So you want the tone to have the same kind of travel as that, usable all the way around, not just all the work is done in a tiny amount of space. Okay, so that's my comment there. Right, let's try an overdrive sound. Again, this is a weak sound, excuse my armpit. So I've got this cranked because this pickup is not loud. Okay. And I mean, that sounds cardboardy now. Just barky. Bit of that. Doesn't sound amazing. That's not too bad. Single notes sound better. Yeah. Not very gainy, is it? I've got the gain on, 3/4 on the amp and the volume all the way up, right? And when I plug my Gibson in, you will hear much gain, but not here, you won't. You can still hear the twangliness of the strings. That's not chuggy, is it? It's not going shin shin. It's not far off clean. I mean, all these criticisms I'm giving it, they're from a seasoned gigging semi-pro musician's point of view, not a beginner's point of view. If you're a beginner, this is all you need, and really is perfect for a beginner because there's no whammy bar to muck about with. Everything's simple. There's one pickup, there's no switches. You just can learn on a guitar like this. All right, and these are great guitars, and it's mahogany, so it's good wood, and it sounds nice. I mean, the guitar sounds okay. It sounds nice, unplugged, which is a big deal. I mean, yeah, it's like that. It's full up. It's not even crunch. So, it sounds cool, but now you will hear the difference, right? I'm unplugging it. Okay, put it down. I'm doing this in real time, so sorry. Here's the Gibson. It's lighter than that guitar. How far away is the pickup from the strings? It's a lot closer. Wow. Yeah, look at that. Okay, that is as far off as my action is. So there's a massive difference there. Okay, so I'm not sure. I can see already that this pickup is thicker than that one. So it already is higher up and the action is lower. All right, here we go. Now, same setting, I haven't touched the amp. This is the gain. Loads more oomph. Out of tune. Okay, so I'm actually going to turn the volume down on this because it's too loud. So it got a lot more oomph than the other one. Yeah, it's like... Yeah. So loads of them, but this bare knuckle pickup, obviously the Gibson one that was in here originally did not cut it. I replaced it. It sounded okay plugged in around the home. As soon as I get to rehearsal room with the big valve amp and everything, it's ee! This bare knuckle pickup does not feed back unless I want it to, which is exactly what I want. The hum there is a 60 cycle hum because it's a single coil pickup, but don't worry about that. Okay, so let's try the tone variations. Okay, let's see. So already, you can hear. Do you hear that tone travel? The travel on that. It's doing something the whole way round. Yeah? Okay. So, to make a massive difference. So I can get all those in between. So I can get the total sound, bit of a woman tone. Yeah, you need a neck pickup. No, you don't. Okay. I mean, it's great tone there. Kind of an in-between sound. From here. Opening up. So you can hear the subtle differences in tone by adjusting the tone knob. That wasn't the case on the Harley Benton, okay? Because these would be, you know, better pots than on the Harley Benton. They're full size. I know that because I've had the back off of this one. I don't know what brand they are, probably CTS or something like that. But they sound good. So let's try clean sounds. Oh, the volume knob. Yeah. So all works as it should. All sounds great. Clean tone, clean sound. Just the tone all up now. Okay, let's turn the tone knob down. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah. Let's turn all the way down. Yeah. So clean sound is great, yeah. Back to the Harley Benton then, just to finish off. You'll hear it's a lot quieter. I'll have to turn the volume on the amp up, but I'll play it as it is first, because this is the settings that were just on the Gibson. So I just played that. Okay, so it's still twangier sounding than the Gibson. It's quieter. But for 152 quid compared to a Gibson, that one there is, you know, now if you wanted to buy a Gibson SG Junior, they are £1,275, I believe. So 152 versus 1,275, plus that Gibson has got another pickup in it, which is another 106 quid, and it's got the shallow bridge on it, which is 240 quid. So effectively, that's 1,275 quid plus 100 quid, it's 106, so 1,380 really, plus another 240, so 16 to 1,620 quid really, versus £152 at the moment. Difference, is it 10 times worse? No, definitely not. And will this pimp out to become a beast? Oh, I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. One last test I want to do. Resonance test. Pretty good on both guitars, but I want to set them side by side. Now, bear in mind, the Harley Benton's got brand new strings on it, and the Gibson has got dying strings. They need to be replaced. I've practiced with them too much already. But here we go. Let's listen. So, resonance, unplugged. How long do they ring out for? Okay. I'd say a similar amount of time, if not slightly longer, on the Harley Benton. And the Gibson's very slightly more resonant, but not much. And you can hear, well, I mean, these are new strings, so they're going to sound brighter. But the tone's very similar. The tone sounds a little bit darker on the Gibson, but that's probably because of the strings. Because of the old strings. Okay, but I'm actually really surprised at how close they both sound. So, it's thumbs up so far for the Harley Benton. So the only faults, to wrap up, the only faults on the Harley Benton, the bridge posts are leaning forwards. That this knob is not fixed in properly, so it still moves when it's all the way on. And apart from that, oh yeah, we'll say about this guitar, I really like the strings are nicely aligned. You often find that on the cheaper guitars, like your strings aren't nicely aligned, like the middle with the dots in comparison to the dots. Yeah, but they're pretty nicely lined up for the most part. Okay, they're very nicely lined up on the Gibson. And that fretboard is roasted maple, because that was brought out in a time when Gibson was struggling with their rosewood supplies. There's still loads of problems about rosewood supply anyway. And this is a Purple Heart or Amaranth. So cool. All right, signing off for now. I'll be back with a test in the valve area. Goodbye.